Good afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, the Net News Network. Net. We're going to talk about a hero today. We're going to start doing this quite often, once a week, and I'm talking about real heroes, people who fought for our country and police force, anybody who's out there and they're making the news. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get that good news out there for you. I'm going to talk about a guy. His name was Mike Day. Now, he passed away in March of this year, and so he was a Navy SEAL, and he survived after being shot 27 times, and he was in Iraq. This is what you call a real hero. So let's go ahead and talk about him for just a few minutes. So his name was Douglas Mike Day, a highly decorated U.S. Navy SEAL who survived being shot 27 times while being deployed in Iraq. He passed away earlier this year. That was actually on March the 27th. Served 21 years in the Navy, and then later worked as an author and an advocate for wounded military veterans. So I've got a link right here to his book, and you need to buy that. It'll help his family out there as well. Perfectly Wounded is the name of that book. So let's talk about him just for a few minutes, Mr. Day. So on April 6, 2007, Day was nearing the end of a deployment in the Anbar province of Iraq and leading his SEAL platoon on a raid against an al-Qaeda cell with two Iraqi scouts behind him. Day breached the door of a room and was immediately struck with multiple bullets, knocking his rifle out of his hands. So here's his quote. He says, "I took a left-hand turn and they started shooting at me," Day said on the Team Never Quit podcast, and this was in the year 2020. And you can also Google this and find the podcast. Now, falling to the ground, Day transitioned to his pistol and shot one of the four terrorists in the room. As the second man pulled the pin on a grenade and began running towards the hallway, Day killed him as well. Now, the grenade fell to the ground and was detonated, wounding Day with a shrapnel. Now, he briefly lost consciousness, but when he awoke, he continually was engaging the other men in the room, shooting them with his pistol, even as he was struck yet again multiple times from less than 10 feet away with AK-47 fire. Now, he's also quotes, "After I realized that I actually was getting shot, my second thought was, God, get me home to my girls." And then extreme anger, Day told Fox News in 2015, "Then I just went to work, and it was memory, it was muscle memory. I just did what I was trained to do." Now, that's a hero right there. Though improbable, Day was still alive, directing several Iraqi scouts to guard a group of women and children who had been found in the building, and using the radio of fellow SEAL Joseph, better known as Clark Swindler, who was killed during the raid, to make contact with the rest of his team. It was only then that Day realized the extent of his injuries. 16 bullets had torn through his abdomen, arms, legs, groin, and buttocks. Another 11 had been stopped by his body armor. He said, "I didn't even know how bad I was hurting until they came in and I saw the looks on their faces," Day told Coffee or Die magazine in 2020. "We all know that look." So Day was soon evacuated from the battlefield, first to Baghdad, then to Germany, and then eventually to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center, walking into the medevac helicopter without assistance. "I wasn't being macho, but I was afraid if they picked me up, it would just hurt more," Day recounted to the magazine. The Day later retired from the Navy in 2010, having been awarded the Navy Cross, 2 Bronze Stars, and the Purple Heart. He later went on to work for 7 years as a wounded warrior advocate for the U.S. Special Operations Command. His autobiography, and I do encourage you to go ahead and purchase this, is a great read, was published in 2020. So when you go through something together or similar, it's a bond. Even if you didn't do it together, Day told Coffee or Die magazine in 2020. The resiliency that's built into people after they go through trauma is incredible. Now, there's a conversation, and I don't normally read the conversations, but these are just going to say what I would like to say. And so this is a conversation found on taskandpurpose.com. That's taskandpurpose.com. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you, this is the book right here. And again, you found the link that you can go ahead and purchase to buy this book. And it's a memoir about what happens after a miracle. And so here he is right here. And of course, this was before the incident. And again, that's Mike Day. And there he is. There's a younger picture of him. As you're looking towards the picture, it's in the upper right-hand corner. And then down below, you can see. Now, guys, this is what a hero is. So let's go ahead and read some of the comments down here. Now, this is from Colonel Sean Killen. He's HMM 364. And he wrote this on April the 10th, 2023. Senior Chief Mike Day, Clark Swedner, Garth, Jimbo, Jared, Morty, and Derek saved more lives in Iraq than most people can fathom. Thank you for being our shield, our protectors, and guardian angels as we performed our mission of mercy. Without you, more of us would have fallen, and many would have not been saved. You've allowed us to accomplish the mission. God bless you, Mike, and your team. You are a hero. And then here is another comment by someone by the name of Faith. And this was on May the 7th, 2023. Now, this is hero stuff right here. Okay, it's not who kneels down at a meaning of something at a football field or a baseball field or a sports team or whatever. This is what a hero is. Thank you for what you accomplished as well. Thank you for supporting our men in the face of unspeakable odds. April 6th is yet another day that will live in infamy, but the brotherhood survives. Thank you to all our men and women serving. This is from John. This was written on April the 3rd, 2023. I was at the Sea Air Force Airspace in D.C. and saw a little company among a huge war machine companies walking around telling people how they are fighting to end this. Chimney Trail is the name of the business, and I really hope they succeed. Raquel wrote this on March the 31st, 2023. Every night of my hubby's life is back in that war, yet he swears he doesn't have PTSD. I pray over him while he sleeps. We need to be spiritual warriors for these men and women and pray for them. It's a battle of the mind. And here's another comment. Get that man in the VA. His pride will stop him initially, but tell him that support continues at home after the war, and it's for him. You and whomever else may be present in his life. I say the VA because they strive for veterans. I know they receive some bad feedback, and some they do deserve. But like most situations, they have a large number of people who care, and they find you or them in the process. He goes on to say, took me 25 years to seek it, and I don't know how I'd remain alive if it weren't for the decision to swallow my pride. Okay, Christine Field writes, Raquel, our son served as a Navy SEAL and came close to taking his own life. By God's grace, he was saved. He had too many nightmares and claimed he did not have PTSD. Former SEALs in his former platoon recommended he get help through a program called Mighty Oaks Warriors. This program literally saved his life. Highly recommend to your husband to go to this program. The program is free, no cost to the warriors who attend. The Mighty Oaks team serves vets, both men and women, first responders, and law enforcement. She goes on to say, this program saved our son, who is now 8 years later, has true joy again. And then Mark wrote to Raquel, says, recommend you look into No Fallen Heroes and see if they might be able to help your husband. God bless you both. And then Nancy goes on to say, I think many people, get this out of the way, I think many people who made incredible personal sacrifices for this country are terribly discouraged by those Americans who seemingly desperately want to throw it away, and the rest to let them. And then someone else goes on to say, rest in peace. I wanted to mention this one. A guy named Chuck on March the 30th, 2023. Now, this is encouraging words to all of us. And he says, never quit. Okay, DB Montana. Tragic to hear this. It should be a reminder to all of us that we never know what's going on in a person's head. Even though they seem like a hero, this man was a true hero. God bless his family. My heart goes out to them, and thank you for your incredible service, Mr. Day. Okay, let's see. And then someone wrote a nasty comment that goes with it as well. You know what? You have the right to make nasty comments. That's what a guy like this fought for. Okay, someone says, a real hero, all honor and respect to him. Okay, a guy named Mike Crum says his book, Perfectly Wounded, was amazing. And you need to check that book out right there. Perfectly Wounded by Mike Day. If you have never heard his episode with Jocko on the Jocko's podcast, I would highly recommend it. This hits how he felt. Okay, and then Claudia says, I heard hundreds of podcasts and thousands of hours, yet his with Jocko was still the one that hits me the most. Now, you can Google this. So Jocko has, Jocko, has a podcast. So you'll just go ahead and put this on whatever your search engine is and put that on. And then again, the name Mike Day, and you'll find that podcast, and it is really good. Anytime you meet someone who doesn't care about the country, and anytime you meet someone who's just slamming it, they don't like anything about it, they think that we're going down the right road or the wrong road. If we actually care about the country, if they're making fun of you, get them to watch that podcast if they can, if they're able to do that. Okay, Wiley Marmot says, sad to hear, deepest condolences to the family and friends. What an inspiration to never give up. Also, this person writes, I'm sad to read this, but thanks for posting. It's a reminder to me to call others I served with to see how their bodies are holding up from multiple wounds. I'll start calling them now. How they're holding up emotionally too, so sad. Having not served, I can't understand the turmoil these soldiers go through once home, or the nightmares they struggle with daily. Before we're going to a break, I just wanted to read this to you one more time. And this is Mike Day, the Navy SEAL, survived being shot 27 times. So he goes on to talk about going into the hospital, and that he wasn't trying to be like a big shot or anything like that, but he wanted to walk. He said, I didn't even know how bad I was hurting until the guys came in and the women and saw the looks on his faces. Day was soon evacuated from the battlefield, first to Baghdad, then to Germany, and then eventually to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Walking, get this, okay? Shot 27 times, and he's walking into the medvac helicopter without assistance. And then he says, I wasn't being macho, but I was afraid if they picked me up, it would just hurt more. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a minute. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of The Edge on IEC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. That's netnewsnetwork.net. Again, thank you so much for watching. Okay, we're talking about Mike Day. He wrote a book called Perfectly Wounded. This is, again, by Mike Day. But I wanted to go ahead, and this is another article, and you really need to look at this. Lots of heroes are throughout this. It's called Special Slash or Dash Ops.org. So the story of Mike Day is one of the most remarkable in modern Special Operation Forces history. Again, on the night of April the 6th, 2007, things changed for the senior Chief Petty Officer Mike Day, very experienced veteran, by the way, who proudly served 21 years and 3 months as a U.S. Navy SEAL. On that night, he was shot for the first time in his career. He survived 27 shots from blank point range to tell the story. And you really need to get the book. You're helping his family out too, by the way, when you get this. Mike Day did pass away. Okay, now this is some more information. I wanted to read this to you as well. Again, specialops.org. Mike Day speaks out about the events that happened on April the 6th, 2007 in Iraq's Anbar province. Now, the mission was like the one he did hundreds of times before. Night raid in the hunt for a high-level Al-Qaeda cell. Alongside the team, the Navy SEALs, which is also a group of Iraqi scouts, Mike Day was the first operator to enter the 12 by 12 room after breaching, where terrorist fighters were waiting in ambush. Again, this is the book. Find that will help his family out right there. They're still going through all kinds of things. Now, here is Mike right here as well. Now, the recovery, well, let's talk about the gunshot, was short and intense. Now, when the gunfire stopped, the only man standing was Mike Day. 4 terrorists are dead, but not before they shot Mike Day 27 times and hit him with grenade shrapnel. It was a miracle. Mike Day cleared the rest of the house and rescued 6 women and children before walking out on his own to an awaiting helicopter, which flew him to safety. He survived the multiple bullets to his legs, arms, and abdomen. The recovery was long and painful. It took almost 2 years for Mike to recover from his injuries physically. It was the first 2 weeks after being shot that the Navy SEAL lost 55 pounds. Today, he's still, before he passed, still dealt with the pain and the PTSD. That's the post-traumatic stress disorder, by the way. Like so many veterans, he has PTSD and traumatic brain injury. That's the visible wound of war. Now, he also had a personal website. You can look that up as well. But Day, who describes the incident as a single gunfight on an ordinary day at the office, lists his injuries matter-of-factly on his personal website. So he quotes, "I was shot in both legs, both arms. My left thumb was almost amputated. I was shot in the abdomen and had a colonoscopy bag for a year. My right scapula was shattered. I was shot twice in the buttocks, once, and my body armor was hit multiple times, which caused fractured ribs and intrusions on my lungs." This guy's a hero. In anybody's book should be. Okay, so Senior Chief Petty Officer Mike Day proudly served 21 years and 3 months as a U.S. Navy SEAL. Now, his military awards include the Navy Cross, 2 Bronze Stars, Valor, a Purple Heart, and several other accommodations. The Day continues to lead and train other military special operations, personal and law enforcement professionals as a tactical training instructor. So he was still doing that, even going through all these things mentally. Additionally, he is the founder of Warrior Tribe. It's a non-profit organization that provides resiliency programming for young people, veterans, and trauma survivors. Okay, so I have more thoughts. These are 13 more thoughts that people think enough of Mike Day to talk about what happened. Okay, so this was July the 20th, 2021. So Catherine Nelson goes on to say, "Thank you, Mr. Day, for your service in America. It's because of warriors like you that we live in a free nation. My thoughts and prayers are with you as you deal with PTSD. God bless you." Donna Savy on July the 29th, 2021 said, "Forget those kneeling athletes That's what I say too. This is the kind of guy I admire and humbly thank you for your service for your country. I pray for his continued recovery and peace from PTSD. Kurt Waller says, thank you for the service and sacrifices you made for all of us stateside. You are an amazing man and God is with you. Prayers go out to you and your family, never out of the fight. Fred says, Senior Chief Day, you are a man among men, a hero among heroes. God bless you and thank you for your service. Racing Jason says, people like you, Mike, should be made national heroes, not scum like the flag kneelers. I agree. Craig, on November the 3rd, 2021, said, Sir, you have my deepest respect and gratitude. Prayers for your continued healing. You know, I think we have many, many more people other than the kneelers who actually love our country, and with great gratitude to people who serve like Mike Day. So Craig Bashaw says, and this is November the 3rd, 2021, says, thank you, sir. I will tell my children about how some men never give up. Imagine just being shot once and walking to the helicopter yourself after you've just been shot once. This guy had been shot 27 times. Okay, and this guy says, thank you, shipmate. Sherry Keith says, you are a true American hero. May God continue to bless you and keep you safe from harm. Thank you. Terry Eccles says, thank you for your service. May God bless and keep you in your continuing journey. Next to my father and grandfather, you're my favorite hero. Carol says, my husband and I thank you for your service. These aren't just words to express our gratitude for your heroic actions for this country that you truly must love. God bless you and keep you close to him. Joe and Deborah Brown said, just finished your book. What a blessing it's been. Several things we're going to do, like the DNA test. We both take a lot of pills. I've also asked many doctors about these different pills interacting with each other. They all look just like when she's telling the doctor and asking them about the pills she's taking. They all look like a deer caught in the headlights. We bought your signed copy. Hopefully we'll get to soon meet you. And then here's someone who says, you are my hero. Thank you for your service. God bless you and your loved ones, our family. You know, that's what a true hero is. A true hero is someone, even though you don't agree with them and their ways, you know, I want to kneel because I don't like the flag. This guy still fought for your right to be able to do that. Yeah. And all the things that go against being a true American hero or a true American citizen. And I think there are so many more people out there who actually love the country and they actually respect someone like Mike Day right here. So I want you to think about that. Anytime you're talking about, oh, I don't like our country, I want us to be communist, look up, you need to go through a good search engine to find out the history of communism and what that's about. Mike Day fought so that we wouldn't have communism in this country. So again, true heroes like this. Buy the book, You're Helping the Family. Go to that link right there, Perfectly Wounded by Mike Day. Thank you so much for watching The Edge. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Again, thank you so much for watching.